time's up.
Second Esdras chapter 13, verse 1. And it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof. I want to give our praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, YAHAWASHI, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash, forgive me the spirit to do this lesson. As you see in the clip before, one thing you have to realize that a movie would never outdo YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI. Okay? Let me repeat that. A movie would never outdo YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI. Okay? I don't care how great it looks. All right? Because in that clip, man, that looks amazing. That's a wonderful clip though, man. Okay? But who put the spirit on them to make that clip, to make that movie? YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, man. He is the director of all this, man. So he's giving the people a clue. He's giving the people a little small hint on how it's going to be. Okay? And that scene looks scary, man. I mean, that chariot is huge. Think about that, man. You think that when YAHAWASHI come down here, that as big as that chariot is in that movie, in that clip, you think it's going to be bigger than YAHAWASHI's chariot? Absolutely not. Okay? You think it's going to be more intimidating than YAHAWASHI's chariot? Absolutely not. Let's go back to 2 Esdras 13, starting at verse 1. And it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof. Right, it moved all the waves. Okay, what moved all the waves? Let's read verse 3. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. What man? YAHAWASHI. Okay, with the thousands of heaven. Wax strong, man. Okay, that's where that wind came from, man. That powerful, strong wind. Okay, from the energy, from the force that came from the heavens, man, with YAHAWASHI being the lead. All right, with thousands and thousands of angels, man. That's what made that strong wind. All right, back at verse 3. That man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven, and when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. Just like in that clip, man. Okay, they trembled that were seen under them. And really in that clip, man, they didn't tremble like it's going to be in real life, man, in reality. You got to think about it, man. It's going to be something we have never seen before, man. It's going to be a lot different than seeing the sightings of the so-called UFOs, the chariots, right? The orbs of fire, okay? It's going to be way different than that, okay? Because people don't tremble when they see that. They're curious. They're trying to figure out what it is, okay? but they're not fully intimidated on that level, man, to tremble on that level. Okay, because they're taking their phones out, right? They're recording them. Man, when YAHAWASHI come down here, ain't no phones, man. People's heart is going to melt. You know why? Because it's going to be huge. It's going to be gigantic. Something they ain't never seen. Okay, bigger than in that movie, in that clip. All right, so it says, when he turned his countenance to look, to YAHAWASHI, all the things trembled that were seen under him. Right, all the people. Now let's go to a precept, Revelation chapter 1, verse 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Right, man, they're going to be terribly afraid, man. Okay, they're going to be trembling. They're going to be wailing when they see all the chariots. Okay, YAHAWASHI coming with the thousands of heaven. All right, man, it's going to be amazing to see. It's going to be amazing to see. Back at 2 Esdras chapter 13, let's read verse 4. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, talking about out of the chariot, the mouth of the chariot, all they burned that heard the voice, like as the earth felleth when it filleth the fire. Right, man. Okay. Shut a big old beam out, man. Think about that. Now, in that movie, you see they try to, make it with their technology to give you an idea. Wish they get that concept from the Bible anyway. Okay, but you got to think about it, man. Like, the beam that's going to come out of that chariot, man, is going to be a lot bigger than you can imagine. Okay, because we're talking about a huge, huge ship here. Okay. For example, that beam might be the size of a freaking football field, man. We don't know, but we know it's going to be beyond us. Okay, YAHAWASHI is going to show Esau and all these nations true power. All right? Verse 5. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a great multitude of men out of number, meaning a lot, okay, from the four winds of the heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. Right, man. All the militaries, okay? Number one being Esau, man. They're going to come to subdue. They're going to come to fight. That's how big it's going to be. That's how intimidating it's going to be. And that's how many it's going to be. It's going to be thousands of thousands of thousands invading the whole earth. Okay, when I read Revelation chapter 1, verse 7, read it again. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him. Right, every eye. Okay, so the whole world is going to see this invasion. That's how many it's going to be, and that's how big they're going to be, man. It's going to be very, very intimidating. Like epically, man, historic. Okay, let's go back to verse 5, read it again in 2 Esdras 13. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of the heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew up upon it. But I would have seen the regional place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not. Okay, right, man. Now, why did Esdras mention the mountain? Man, this chariot was huge, man. This chariot was huge. There's even a pilot. I have to go find the footage if I can. I'll post it. That he said that when he saw it in the sky, okay, it looked like a city that was in the sky. Flying in the sky, man. Imagine a big old city flying, man. So when you see these movies like Independence Day and other movies, and it shows the big mothership, okay, it looks huge. Okay, it looks otherworldly, man, like from somewhere else, man. Okay, the fact that it's that big. Okay, now let's go back to 2 Esdras, verse 7. But I would have seen the regional place whereout the hill was graven, I could not. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight. Right, man, they were trembling. They were horribly afraid. But YAHAWASHI put the spirit on them because they control him anyway. Put the spirit on them to fight. Okay, he hardened their hearts. Okay, did he not do that to Pharaoh? When Pharaoh was going to let us go, he agreed. It said that YAHAWASHI hardened Pharaoh's heart. Then came Pharaoh and his army, man, to come after us. And we know the rest of that story. They got drowned in the middle of the sea. so that YAHAWASHI can show his power. So YAHAWASHI is about to show his power, man, on a very high level, and it's way beyond Esau. Okay, Esau is the power on the earth. He has the military, right? He's the mighty one, okay, with his technology, etc. But YAHAWASHI is light years, light years, light years, infinity beyond that. Okay, and that's going to be something to see. Okay, now, when you look up sore in the Google definition, it says, we know the regular sore, like I'm sore, my body hurts sore. But then when you go all the way down, it says extremely severely. They were so afraid, right? So it gives you the proper breakdown. Okay, so when it says sore, it means extremely severely. Okay, they were scared, man, as hell. Epically scared. Okay, let's go back to 2nd Esdras 13, verse 9. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. Right, they got all their war and, missiles and all the military, okay, and arsenal. But it said YAHAWASHI saw him coming. He didn't need no weapon of war, okay, because their weapons are spiritual, man. Okay, verse 10. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth, as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. Man, okay, very, very hot fire, man, all right? And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude, which were prepared to fight, and burned them up, every one, so that upon of a sudden of a innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived. So that great number of military, Esau, these other nations, that great number of military that came to fight, it said that YAHAWASHI sent out a blast of fire. Okay, keep in mind, this was a great number of people here. He sent out one blast of fire, so that upon of a sudden of a innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. Man, they got fried, man. They got fried, man. And like I said, that movie, man, gives you a cool idea, like, wow, man, it's going to be scary. The way the fire was coming at the people and everything was getting flung everywhere. People were running. That's how it's going to be, man. But just on steroids, beyond that. But it's going to be like that, man. Okay? People going to be like, what the hell? Running for their life, and that fire going to catch up with them. All right? Boy, boy, boy. Let's go to 2 Thessalonians chapter 1, verse 7. And to you who are troubled, rest with us, when the Lord YAHAWASHI shall be revealed from heaven with his mighty angels, right, thousands of thousands, and flaming fire, taking vengeance on them that know not YAHAWASHI, and that obey not the gospel of our Lord YAHAWASHI. Right, man. Okay, flaming fire, taking vengeance. Okay, blast of fire, man. Hot, hot fire. Verse 9, who shall be punished with everlasting destruction from the presence of the Lord and from the glory of his power. Right, okay, it's going to be glorious power, man, way beyond us that we about to see. From there, let's go to Revelation chapter 14, verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in his forehead or his right hand, talking about the chip, don't get that chip, man. The microchip is the mark of the beast, okay? The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh by YAHAWASHI, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Right, man. You're going to be tormented, man. Think about that. Do you really want to be tormented? Okay? Keep watching that clip and think about way beyond that, man. Because that clip is enough to scare you to say, man, it's going to be like that. It's going to be beyond that. Okay, the power of these chariots and the power and the glory of YAHAWASHI is going to be ridiculous. It's going to be ridiculous, man. Something that the world has never seen before. Okay? So with that, hope you're edified. I want to give our praises to Yahweh Bahashem YAHAWASHI, Bahashem Rakah Kwadash, forgive me the spirit to do this lesson. Double honor to the elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to your Achamat that is doing the truth and sincerity. Shalom.